Hey everybody, this is Brian from pnbhomesteading.com. I wanted to give you guys a kind of an update on the plant propagation bed here that I built. So this weekend I took cuttings from our red currant bushes that we have out in our yard. We have 2 of them. And also from some variegated weigala that we have in the front yard that we use as a divider for our driveway with our neighbor across the way. And so I used 3 different types of rooting hormone just to test them out and see which one works best. So this group over here, this is the variegated weigala. This is the currant berries. This is a red currant. This one here, I used a Clonex. This is a rooting gel, and I wanted to try that because I haven't used a rooting gel before. I've used the dip and grow, the regular, dip solution that is you use for cloning, but you have to measure it out for the strength. And this here is supposedly you just dip it in. You don't have to measure anything out, and it's just dip it, stick it right in the ground. And so I thought I'd give that a try. So these here are with that, and then this bunch here is with the rapid root, rooting powder. So this you basically have to you wet your stems a little bit after you do your cutting, and you stick it in, kind of swirl it around, and then you have to make a trench, and then put those in, to prevent knocking off the rooting hormone, and then set them. I just use my fingers and just kind of set the sand media around them. And then over here we got another rooting powder. This one here is by Garden Safe. It's called TakeRoot, and I want to try 2 different ones just so that way I had kind of like a test to where it was, if one of them doesn't do real well and one does, then I can recommend which one I think is going to be better. But that's kind of the setup we got going here. And I counted, and I think I've got right around 100 currant bushes that I'm propagating, and I've got around 130. Now maybe it's around 80, maybe 80 currants. Be conservative. And I know I've got at least 130 of the variegated weigala. I don't know what I'm going to do with all these if they actually take root, but I'm going to have quite a few of these around our yard because I love the way they have nice pink blooms that are just like a flowering, waterfall of blooms. It looks really nice. Even the neighbors that just moved in over there that bought the house said that was one of the big things that they really loved, is that those bushes between the driveways, and how they just have these flowers, and the hummingbirds and bees really love them. But that's kind of the update for the propagation bed. So I'll keep you updated on how their progress goes. But I've got the timer right now set to water every 10 minutes for 15 seconds. And we're supposed to have some high 80s and low 90s this week. So I want to make sure that we have plenty of moisture on their leaves, so that way they don't dry out, and they give these guys the best chance they can have for setting root and getting me some new free plants. I mean, if you think about it, these plants, for each one of these variegated weigala, I bought them in bulk, and I got 20 of them, and they were about $3 a piece. And those are tiny, tiny plants. And you figure, if I sold these for $3 a piece, these are going to be, and those were scrawny little guys. They were like 6 inches, I think, tall, but they were bare root. And you do the math, and it's like you're saving hundreds of dollars by doing this stuff yourself. And so the investment I put into, the propagation bed will pay for itself within just this one, cuttings and rootings that I'm doing. And in the currant bushes, I went to a specialty nursery because nobody else had these red currants. And I paid $15 a bush, and they were, I'd say, maybe a 2-foot bush in a 1-gallon pot. So you do the math on that one. That's like if I've got 80 of these plants, $15 a piece. What is that? It's $400? No, it can't be 400. I gotta remember how to do my math. Maybe 80. Well, 80 times 10. Got 30 of them. Or no, 80 of these things. So, yeah, quite a bit. God dang, that is a lot. Well, all right. You do the math for me, and then you leave a comment. I'll do the math later. All right. This has been Brian from pnbhomesteading.com. Talk to you guys later. Thanks.